How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. I repeat this Annie Dillard quote a lot to my patients, especially the ones who think that there is a secret sauce to making a marriage work and who scoff when I say that marriage is sustained by habits, not pure love, although that is the primary ingredient. But when researchers interviewed 51 married individuals and studied the stories they shared about their relationships, they had uncovered something profound. I'm Jordan Travers, a licensed clinical psychotherapist, and today we're breaking down the 5 core habits found in genuinely happy marriages based on the latest research. Habit number 1, sharing positive experiences. We've been married for years. Nothing's wrong, but nothing's amazing either. Is this what all marriages become? If you've been asking the same question to yourself lately, listen to this. In 2023, researchers interviewed and analyzed the stories couples shared in social settings. But they weren't looking for the big make or break fights. They were looking for patterns, what kinds of times couples chose to talk about, and what those stories said about the relationship. And this is what they found. The happiest couples didn't talk about grand gestures. They talked about moments, like cooking together on a Tuesday night, or walking the dog and laughing about something only the two of them would find funny, or just sitting side by side in silence, feeling like it meant something. What mattered wasn't what they did, it was doing it together. Psychologists call this self-expansion, the idea that when you share new experiences with your partner, even simple ones, it helps both of you grow and grow closer. And when couples retell these stories in social settings, it reinforces the bond. It's like saying to the world and to each other, this is who we are and this is why we work. Habit 2, learning from each other. The happiest couples are always learning from each other. It could be something small like showing them how to fix the Wi-Fi or how to fold dumplings just right. Or something bigger like managing money, giving feedback, or navigating a hard conversation. The point isn't what you're teaching, it's that you're offering a piece of yourself, your skills, your insight, your way of seeing the world. And when your partner accepts that, when they say, show me how you do it, they're not just learning a skill. They're saying, I trust you and I admire you. According to the study, these moments help couples understand each other on a deeper level. Because teaching isn't just practical, it's intimate. And if you've ever shown someone how to do something you love, you know this. It feels good to be the expert. It feels good to be needed. It feels good to know that your strengths matter in the relationship. And when that teaching happens during hard moments, like navigating job loss, parenting stress, or even grief, it becomes more powerful. Because research found that couples who made sense of difficult experiences together through storytelling, perspective taking, and listening had stronger relationships overall. So the next time you catch yourself thinking, I wish they understood me more, ask yourself, when was the last time I taught them something about me? And just as importantly, when was the last time I let them teach me? Habit 3, meeting each other's emotional needs. Meeting each other's emotional needs, especially when it's not convenient. In the study, this came up over and over again. People didn't praise their partner for being perfect. They praised them for being there. It's the way they offered calm during financial stress, the way they didn't dismiss a bad day, the way they remembered the little things and showed up in small, quiet moments. Research backs this up too. One study found that emotional responsiveness, especially during day-to-day conflict, is one of the strongest predictors of relationship satisfaction. So no, it's not the fancy date nights or anniversary gifts that make someone feel loved. It's the I'm with you during the moments that test you most. Habit number 4, they agree on the big stuff. Not the same taste in movies, not the same weekend routines, or maybe, but actually the big stuff. Like what loyalty means, how conflict should be handled, and what kind of life you're trying to build. In the study, couples who reported high satisfaction didn't just get along, they aligned. And that alignment created trust. Not because they always saw eye to eye, but because they knew they were walking on the same road. And that's not just a feeling, it's backed up by data. A 2006 study looked at 248 married couples. It found that the more similar partners were, especially in personality and values, the higher their marital satisfaction and the less negativity they experienced overall. In short, shared values protect the relationship when things get hard, and they give you a common language, a shared map. And when both of you believe in the same direction, you're more likely to walk it together. And last, habit 5, they protect their individuality. In another study, researchers interviewed 82 adults navigating marriage, cohabitation, divorce, or widowhood. And what they found was striking. While marriage often brought growth and meaning, it also triggered something else, a quiet loss of identity. Many described a shift from I to we that over time started to feel like depersonalization, like they were disappearing inside the relationship. And that brings me to something I need to clarify. In many of my previous videos, I've talked about protecting the we, letting go of toxic friendships, addictions, or patterns that sabotage love. But protecting your relationship shouldn't mean erasing yourself, because there's a big difference between dropping what harms the relationship and dropping what makes you you, just to keep the peace. In my practice, I've noticed something consistent among couples in strong marriages. They make room for each other's separate lives. They don't share everything, and that's the point. They honor their own hobbies. They keep routines that center them. They have friendships that exist outside of the relationship. And instead of creating distance, the space protects the relationship from burnout and resentment. It also gives them something to bring back to the relationship. New stories, new energy, new sides of themselves. And it's in those in-between moments, not in the anniversaries or grand gestures, that the quiet ones that I've seen love deepen. Moments like we were broke, exhausted, and sleeping on the floor, but it felt like home. Or she taught me how to swim when we were 35. I still can't float, but it's my favorite memory. Or I knew our marriage was solid when we laughed through a 12-hour road trip with no air conditioning. These are the stories my clients share with me. Not about flawless communication, not about perfect compatibility, but about being in it together. Because when a marriage is working, people don't describe it like a checklist. They describe it like a story. And the happiest marriages, they're full of stories like these. So if your relationship feels off lately, maybe don't just ask, is this just what all marriages become? Ask, what kind of story are we writing? Because love, the kind that lasts, is built on more than just consistent effort. It's built on the meaning you create together. And if you're ready to start rewriting that story, or you want guidance figuring out what chapter you're in, I'd be honored to help. You can book a session with me using the link below. I'm Jordan Travers. I'm the clinical director of Awake Therapy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.